All right, good morning, San Antonio. Well, good morning, world. This is Sidney Guajardo from San Antonio, Texas. We were coming to you live in this major heat out here. Summer hadn't even started yet. But my name is Sidney Guajardo, coming to you live from San Antonio, and we are the Trading Places. Took a couple of trades here a few minutes ago. Overall, we're in the money. Last night, for those of you who attended the evening session, the PM session, as we call it, took some trades and let them ride overnight, just like I said we would. Those are the results. So, pretty proud of that. And we have to thank King Solomon for this. Of course, he's the all-knowing Forex wizard. So let's get started. What do you think? All right, here we go. I want to check something real quick. I'm actually getting ready to update okay. So it's Euro USD, US dollar yen, and Euro yen. Okay, I just sent that to the rest of the students. Okay, what else are we looking at here? Let me check my alerts. One second, please. Pound NZD. Okay, let's we have to open up King Solomon. He took a nap last night. So let's open chart book, King Solomon. Let's rock and roll. Let's go to gold. Let me just tell you the general direction. I mean, it's had a hell of a run last couple days. I don't know where it's going to go, but I think it's going to go down right there. That's what I'm putting there. General direction, no call. 0519 AM session. Didn't even move last night, very little. The US 30, which is an indice. There's not really a this one's also kind of in consolidation. See how it's in the middle of the street and traveling there. I don't it's gonna move, I just don't know where. No general direction. Start adding those. We don't trade. We'll scalp those two, which is still intraday trading, but for the most part, just leave those two alone. Just go to Forex. Let me open up my account. Boy, I sure did call it there, didn't I? And I can say that I called it there because there was no agreement I just felt it was going to go long, and it did. And worked out for me last night, so. Well, euro dollar's not really cooperating. Let's change this up a little bit. I think it's still gonna. It's hard to tell, isn't it? It looks like it may recorrect when it hits a support line here. I'm sure there's one, but let's go ahead and put this right there. I think it's gonna go short. Indicators are saying otherwise, but that's just my gut. Dollar yen, pardon me. This one looks like it's gonna keep going. You go, yeah, dollar yen, you go. The general direction is north, right? Look at that, just boom. The dollar versus the yen. I'm gonna say, I think I have a feeling I'm going to be saying this a lot in this session. All right, euro yen. General direction is north, right? It's kind of. See that little red right there? Kind of weird. But it happens. You know, it's called the hokey pokey or retracement. Let's do the hokey pokey. I'm going to do indicators long. There you go. Let's go to the Aussie dollar versus the US dollar. Looks like it kind of wants to turn a little bit, but that's just one candle. I think it'll bounce back up. At least that's what the king thinks. So we're gonna call it. Long, man. I think it's gonna go out that way. The thunder from down under, the Aussie dollar. Okay. I like this copy and paste, isn't it? It just boom, bam. All right, let's go to pound dollar. Went up. We called it north. Look at that. I like it a lot. So, see our money lines right here. All right. General direction is still north. I mean, it's kind of doing the hokey pokey there, but still north. And I like it too. Boy, this text messaging is really working today. I had to put it in timeout. Let's take a look at our trades. Okay, we're still okay. Euro dollar. I mean, it's retracing a little bit, but it has a lot of pressure to go north. I like it. I was in, what was I in a little while ago? Ended up doing pretty good. Dollar yen. Got in it just like the king said. Not bad. These will all work out. It's already starting to come back. Show me your pips. Okay, so let's when you go to when you go look at YouTube, you know, sometimes it's tempting to go look at other people, the way they trade. Getting back to this, I don't know where this thing's going. I'm just going to put no general direction. It's kind of no agreement, same thing, right? So when you go to other educators on YouTube, the professionals, find out who they are and how they trade, and then go look at my FX book. Look at this. It's I'm having problems right now because I think with my settings, and let me see. Is this 202? Yeah, it's this one here, I believe. So it doesn't have all my. It's obviously not up to date. It only shows my average win is 52.99 pips. Not bad, right? So where does this show profit? Just to let you know that, okay, it shows $67,000 in profit, and that's wrong. It's just not updated. Look, if you look at my account, there's 349,000 there, and I'd really like to see even at that. It has obviously in here it shows there's some losers in here, and it shows me at 80%. But this was in the beginning when I was testing out. I shouldn't have put this account on FX Book because I was using this to test out. The indicators, and I was towards the end of it, so there's a few trades on there that I shouldn't have taken until I added a trend finder, which we developed, and it's working out good. So this is definitely one part of it, but this doesn't. When I pulled up my account, I was like 92%, which is good. So this shows everything. This shows balance, growth. I think we're at 2 or 3% by now, and on a large account like that, 3 and 4% is huge. The commissions and the spreads are higher, but 4%. I mean, that's a 50% growth. That's at the end of the year. I'll turn this $5 million account into $8 million, pretty close. And that also too I was using a 20 lot size. I just increased it to 100. So I think we can do a little better. But yeah, you see, look, this 12,000 is my best trade. If you look at this, I did, one of those. I did several of those overnight. So this is a little wrong. Maybe it takes a while to update, but we'll be okay. But yeah, this the tell-all here. This shows you this is the real deal. Losers, winners, drawdown, percentage of an account, everything. So we're the real deal. So if you want to learn from the real deal, you've come to the right place. Now let's go to pound Swiss. Okay. All right, let's find out where we are here, right? First thing, well, look at those signals, just boom, boom, boom. Love it. This King Solomon is the man, brother. Okay, and this general direction, you just look at it and say it's north, right? I mean, it's kind of doing the hokey pokey there, but it'll bounce back. I'm sure there's a retracement line or a support line here somewhere. But I think the king likes it north. The king, baby, the king. We're caught in a trap. I can't walk out. That's the other king. So long when indicators turn and bam. That's what I'm talking about. Bam, right there. But it's 0 to 0 around here, man. What have you done for me lately? So here's where, we're looking at growth. Dang it. This thing didn't erase. Okay, so let's start over again. Here's the thing about growth. It took off, like we said. And it was right here, and I had some real estate. Will it keep going? I'm just going to say north. That's all I'm going to say. If it turns, we may have lost a trade. I don't know. Everything is saying it's going to keep going north, but we're at the top already. So we're asking it to do new news. Let me see something. Let's go back. Let's look at Aussie dollar JPY. Okay. Jeez. I mean, this thing may keep going. That's what this one's saying. Let's just go in it. I should never doubt the king. But anyway, it's let's see how he does this this PM session. This is just me. This is one of my rules. But obviously the king is better and smarter than I am. Definitely has more money. Let's go to CAD Yen. Beautiful alerts. All right, let's erase these. General direction is north. And that's when the indicators turn, man, it looks like that direction there. So when the indicators don't turn, don't take the trade. Don't take any hunches. Wait for the perfect trade. Well, these yens are doing fantastic, aren't they? Seems like when the yen's doing good, all the yens do good, right? Swiss yen, that's what this one is. General direction is north. So entrance is what we're worried about. And our indicators will tell you when to get in. They'll actually email you. Let's go to the euros. There's no agreement here. So let's erase where we were. Let's figure out where we are first, right here. Right there. The general direction just happens to be south right now, but it's really kind of in the middle of the street. Now I'm just going to call this. I'm just going to say no agreement. How about that? Okay. There's too many trades out there to get creative. Just take the nicest ones. Euro pound, slow mover. This one looks like it's gonna go short, dude. It's setting up to do that. So let's figure out this. I'm not gonna call a direction. I'm not gonna put an arrow. I'm just gonna put a text message short. There's no indicators yet. Take a look at this again. 1 second. I like that call. Yeah. Pound yen. I like pound yen. There we are, pound yen. Pound yen, there we go. And I like it. Let me look at this first. Yep. I always verify with a 15-minute. This euro dollar is just kind of freaking me out. Is it still in retracement? Yeah, it is. No, we're fine. We are very, very fine. It'll come back up. There's a lot of pressure to go up on this one. We'll do good. Okay, so we are over here. This one's going long. I even took the trade, pound yen. Okay, NZD yen. You know, Kiwi yen is the nickname on this one. Look at that, it just took off like a rocket ship. So let's put this one up here in the general direction. All right. We'll call this long. Only when the indicators turn, of course. Let's look at this one, NZD yen. You know, it just broke this resistance line here. I think I'm going to take it. Okay, let's do NZD dollar, Kiwi dollar. Find out where we are here. Okay. Say long when indicators turn on this one as well. I like it. Let's go with dollar CAD. This one kind of took a dump. New low, and look at that, it still went down. Dang. Still going that way, man. What's up with that? Okay, let's erase all this and let's reevaluate. So we are here. I'm just scared of this one. Hold on. You gotta take that off. Could it go down? Yes. Will it? I don't know. I mean, it's definitely, and there's plenty of, I don't know what to put on this one. I'm just going to put a general direction to short. So the new low has me scared. Concerned is better. I will wait. It's not like that's the only trade. If it was the only currency trade, I'd starve, I guess. So let's go with Aussie CAD. Let me check my trades over here. Give me 1 second, ladies and gentlemen. Euro looks like euro dollar's coming back a little bit. Euro yen, I'm sorry. Euro yen's in the money. Euro dollar's coming back. Pound yen it's struggling, but it'll get there. It's probably hovering around a resistance line or something, but they're all buys. Okay, let's look at Aussie dollar CAD. We're going to go long on this one with indicators turn. All right. I like it. I think it's going to bounce back, come back up here. It's already doing it. See this big shadow right here? That means that it gone all the way down to here, and I think it's retracing or doing the hokey pokey and getting it back on track to go long. A lot of real estate to move forward. Let's go to Aussie dollar versus the Kiwi dollar. So this will be the last trade. First we got to erase this here. The general direction in this one is short. And we are here. So I'm going to call this short as well. As soon as the indicators turn, just get in the trade. Indicators will tell you when to get out, as long as you put a stop loss. Euro CAD. It's in consolidation. I'll stop here. It's. I want to look at. I want to open this chart book. I want to talk a little bit about. Talk a little bit about support and resistance. Let's put a Fibonacci line up. It's right here. So when you're setting up a Fibonacci line, I like looking at whatever screen you look at, a dollar or the 60-minute chart. You go to the highest or the lowest and go to the highest, which is right about there. So what these are, they're these lines here, these percentages here, here, and here. I don't have the percentages memorized, but we make our money between support and resistance, okay? Even though the general direction is north, when this currency pair goes south, you can make money going this way. Now, like this current, let me show you right here. This current line right here is where the money is. So, as you could tell, this is a resistance line. Right here, it bounced and came back. So right here, it looks like it wants to go north. And when it does, it may hit here. It just tests this line. That's what it does. Look at it's doing the same thing here. It may hit this line and bounce, and it may go to this line and bounce. But it definitely will come up to this line. Now, if it comes to this line, it may bounce and come back, or it may break through. So when you're taking a trade, be very, very careful. Like if we would have taken the trade right there, we would have immediately gone backwards. That's the reason why this happens. It hit a support or resistance line, and it's bouncing and it's coming back. So these, when you're trading a larger account, it's a certain mindset. Because look at, this is a lot of money, but not in relation to how much this is. This is very, very little. I mean, this is like 2 pips or something. Let me see. I'm down 5 pips. I'm down 19 pips. So this one will definitely come back. It's just in retracement. That's all this is. You never want to risk more than 1% of your account on each trade. So, I mean, we could literally go back 250,000 on this one. I mean, am I going to do that? No. But it will come back. See, it's still going north on this euro dollar. It's still going north. It's just doing the hokey pokey right now. It'll eventually get back up to here. We're looking at a 4-hour candle. So these will definitely come back as well. But that's what this is. That means the candle is moving towards a resistance line, or when it's coming down, when you take a downward trend, it's going to hit the support line and do the exact opposite. So that's all the Fibonacci does, is it's kind of like a profit center. So I'm just going to show you an example right here. Is this a line? Okay, so here is a support resistance line. There is another one. Is there one here? Yes. This is also one right here. Okay, and here's one here too. Here's one. The Fibonacci is just a general, you know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be exact, but it's got to be somewhere where at least some of them are touching. They're all over the place. That's why sometimes the currency goes up and down so much. And this is gold, so it touches a lot. Okay, and I could be missing some, but you get the general idea. They're kind of in. It doesn't have to line up exactly. Like this one just bounced; it went right back up. Here's one right here, right there. And there's not really one right here because it just kind of boom took off. I like to refer to those as banker candles. But there's some. I mean, you can do this all day long. It's very frustrating to find them. But look at all these support and resistance lines. They're everywhere. So this is what you have to, and if you go back here, you'll see when the currency was in that area. Watch, look at that. You see how they're touching? I mean, it's just amazing how that works. And this is just the hour candle. And look at all these here. This is down last week sometime when the currency was down, or when the gold versus the dollar was down at 1600s. I mean, there's support resistance line everywhere. So that's why you see money bouncing back and forth, back and forth. It's fighting support and resistance. So that's what we do. That's the quickest version of the Fibonacci is your best friend. There's different forms, like look here. This one's already coming back. Remember, it was down 20 pips. Now it's down 17. So you see all these lines. It's kind of a form of Fibonacci as well. They're just support and resistance lines. So that's what that is. Let's look over here. See? Right here's support and resistance line. It hit it. Look at that. It hit it. It came back. Hit here. It hit here. It hit here and bounced up. And this is just amazing stuff here. Look at that. It's weird how currencies know this stuff. But anyway, that is your quick lesson in Fibonacci, which is support resistance, but backed up by percentages. You can see it right here. Don't ask me what these percentages are, because it doesn't matter. Doesn't matter what. It could be a million. It's still going to bounce off of here at some point in time. But this is, you know, when there's a big percentage line up to zero, I mean, that to me, I just see a bunch of profit there. I just go ahead and take it because it's going to bounce and come back up or do whatever it wants to do. It's when to get out, when to get in, and when to get out. So, but anyway, let's look at this other one here. There's so many. Look at this. It's filled with support and resistance. But this is where you can do some, you know, work on it and figure things out. Just using your, look at this one, like this linear regression tool. It gives you a general direction. I mean, you can't even go backwards. You can't go against the trend, in other words. See, I'm trying to bring it down, it won't do it. It can go up. You can't go too far up. It just gives you, look at that, it's beautiful. It just gives you a direction, plus it also gives you support and resistance, but at an angle. So, and this, when you start adding the lines like this, support resistance like this is when you start getting into pattern trading, because now you have all these rectangles and triangles and all different types of things. So when it gets past this line, this is like a moving average or the zero line. If it comes under here, then all of a sudden becomes resistance where it was support. before it got here. So if it breaks this line, that means it's going to go north. There's just a lot of neat little tools that this thing has. What's this one here? Oh, this is just a cool little line. I like playing around with all this stuff. But anyway, that's I use the support resistance every time I make an indicator. That's one big thing I like to use is the support resistance line or variation of it, and a directional tool. To me, I like the Bollinger Band. But we took some trades today. We did very well last night. These are going to turn out very good. They're just retracing right now. We're doing the hokey pokey. So it doesn't look very good. Hopefully, the king did us right, and we'll be out of those trades here within the next few minutes, and it'll be positive. And I'll display those trades later today in the PM session. But anyway, from San Antonio, Texas, and Sydney, Guajardo, I'd like to thank you on behalf of the trading places for letting us teach you how to do Forex. If you would like to join our program, it's $3.99 to start, $99 a month, and you get access to everything here, plus the VIP Telegram chat room. And we have about 9 or 10 master traders on there. You can ask questions. We give trades online. You get access to our live data charts with the indicators. No, this indicator here, we're working on it. This other one, I still have to have a name for it. But this indicator here, it's mainly used for getting out of consolidation. But once it's done, probably in July, we'll release it to market. There may be a surcharge on that, but it's definitely worth the money. So yeah, go to our website. It's called thetradingplaces.com to learn more, and we will help you out and be a student for life. That's the goal, at least. At least make enough money to buy a private island or quit your job first. That's the goal. But anyway, thank you for letting us into your lives. And just remember, I'm a big believer that we're put on this planet to help people that can't help themselves. So with that, I bid you farewell. We'll see you this afternoon. Thanks. Bye.